Yo, Shalom. All praises. We're back at it again. Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors unto the elder apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. And Shalom to the sincere outcome across the world. Shalom. Yeah, man, we in a time right now where you can clearly see, there's a lot of things going on right now, man. You have basically all hell's about to break off loose up on earth. But the majority of the people of the planet Earth don't know what the hell's going on, of course, as usual. And yeah, let me read a few scriptures over here. Now, this is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse, let me see, 67. Now it says here, Behold, the Most High himself is the judge. Fear him, leave far from your sins, and forget your iniquities, and meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. So that's what we in right now, man. We ain't supposed to be, thinking about all the basically sins that you used to do back in the world when you was in this world. You filled up with the nonsense of this world. Now when you come back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, it's supposed to be a whole different type of ball game. You know what I'm saying? That ball game is supposed to be untouchable, unspotted for it. Just like in the book of 1 Corinthians, where it says we run for a uncorruptible crown, which is that uncorruptible crown of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, being up in his truth, right? Now let me get that real quick. Let me see something. Now, we run a race, but not a race as a speedy race. We run a race as a marathon, right? Let me get that real quick. That is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9. Let me start at, let me see something here. Okay, 1 Corinthians 9, right? I'm gonna start at, let me see which verse. Start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 22. Now it says, to the weak I became weak, that I may gain the weak. Meaning basically, so what Paul was doing is this. Now you have some weak people up in this truth. So what's happening with them? Well, you don't go upon them with some strong scriptural corrections and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You see a brother struggling with lining his beard and lining his head and stuff like that. Doing certain things. But a few things are required of them, which is mentioned in the book of Acts chapter 15, which is stay away from blood, stay away from adultery, and stay away from idols, worshiping and stuff like that, and stay away from food that's strangled, which we don't have authority over that, because you don't know what they're feeding you in the stores nowadays, man. You don't know whether it's horse meat or some other crazy stuff. That's why I would advocate you, like, hey, check this out. Buy food that has the shape of the animal. You know what I'm saying? Don't be buying grinded up meat and stuff like that. Because if you buy grinded up meat, you might not know what you're getting in that basket or in that package or something like that. Right? So what he was doing is he was actually being weak toward the weak and being strong toward the strong. So let me read that. So it says, I have made all things unto all men, that I might by all means save some. Why? Because we're about actually saving the Israelites, you know what I'm saying? The elect, so that we can even save a few. You cut hundreds of people off just to save a few, you know what I'm saying? And the Lord said, my sheep shall hear my voice. So eventually the Most High is going to make it to where the Jacob descendants that are supposed to get this word, they're going to listen to you, man. It don't matter how you bring it. Certain brothers bring it hardcore, so certain brothers bring it like soft and stuff like that. So for everybody, there's a type of different spirit, of course. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 speaks about that, and on top of that also, you have certain type of brothers that gravitate toward a certain type of spirit of a person. You know what I'm saying? So if you might be this type of person, the brother gonna come upon you like that, and if that type of person, then the brother gonna come upon you like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's all the same spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which is of course mentioned in the book of First Corinthians chapter 12. But let me read on. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 23. And I do this for the gospel's sake, that I might be a partaker thereof with you. So that's why we're doing it. I become weak for the weak, and basically strong for the strong. You know what I'm saying? I was come to an Israelite descendant, also a Gentilic and the Israelite descendants. I come to him as a Gentilic Israelite descendant, or I come to him like a brother that knows the scriptures and stuff like that. Then you break it down with him on that level. You know what I'm saying? Break bread with him on that level. You don't bring meat to a baby. You know what I'm saying? Because the baby's gonna choke. So them hardcore scriptures, you know, you kind of be cool with it. You know, you set it off a little bit, give him a little bit of time to grow up in his truth, and then after 4 or 5, maybe 5 years, some of them brothers need 3, some of the brothers need 2 years, but eventually, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna work with it, and then he's gonna start catching stuff like Yahushua said in the book of Isaiah, chapter, I think it was chapter 13 or something like that, or maybe 12, no 11. Which it says that then he's gonna be of a quick spirit, quickening spirit, meaning they're gonna learn fast, man. They're gonna learn fast. You're not gonna have to sit and hold their hand all the time crossing the street and stuff like that. But in the beginning, you definitely have to do that because you know these cars out here ain't stopping. You know these people out here ain't stopping. They're gonna run you over with that false doctrine. You know what I'm saying? For example, flying reindeers. You know they're gonna run with it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna run with it, and if you don't want to celebrate it, then you know there's a problem with you. Anyway, so it says here, 1 Corinthians 9 and 24. Know ye not that they which run a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. Because everybody's running a race, but only one prize is there to get, and that prize is salvation. That's the salvation that we strive for. That's why we out here teaching the Jacob descendants, whether they're here or whether they're forbid. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't see a lot of Jacob descendants over here, but anyway, even if there were, they wouldn't be listening anyway. The majority of them wouldn't be listening anyway. Ezekiel chapter 2, and Ezekiel chapter 2 and Ezekiel chapter 3 explains that to you. Like, you know, Matthew 22 also and 14, which says that many are called but few are chosen. Why? Because this ain't their lot, man. They ain't even running the race, man. What they're doing is I don't know what, man, they just running a race toward destruction. That type of race they're running, yeah? Trying to get their money up in this wacky-ass world, wacky-tacky world, you know what I'm saying? Greedy for that money and shit like that. Greedy sell their soul just to get a quick buck. What's up, man? Yeah, man. Just to get a quick buck. You know, that's what they're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so it says that verse 25, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things, right? Because if you're trying to be a master in your craft, you're going to have patience in it. You're going to be real temperate in it. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you're trying to get that mastery, right? Well, we're trying to get that mastery in the scriptures so that we know the scriptures in order for to break it down, in order for to gather the elect of the Most High, efficient. You know, put his sheep up in the barn. That's the ultimate goal. And it don't matter how you do it as long as you do it. You know what I'm saying? But don't be too wicked with it neither, and don't be too over-righteous with it neither. But basically, as long as you get them in the barn, then it's good. You can even lie themselves in there. You can even lie them into the barn. How? As long as you put them there, the lost sheep of the house of the nation of Jacob, then it's all good. Don't matter how you got them in there. But not too overly wicked though. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so it says here. It says here, 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. That's what we're praying for, man. We're doing it for the incorruptible crown. Because what are the corruptible crowns? Those are the ones of this world. You're gonna get a status. Yo, this nigga got bars, he got bars and stuff like that. Oh, yo, he got this money, he got this car and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't thinking about that. That's never been on my radar. Since I was young, I never actually pictured myself driving a car. Never. You know what I'm saying? Never pictured myself wearing too fancy clothing so that people looking at me and stuff like that when I walk by. I don't like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I dress hella inconspicuous, meaning, Lord willing, you're not gonna notice me when I walk by, unless you're really looking. You know, I don't like to be looked at. I don't like that, definitely. You know, but anyway, so it says here, yeah, corruptible crown. We don't want that. Verse 26. I therefore so run, not as unnecessary, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. So basically, we ain't shadow boxing over here, because shadow boxing is what you do when you beat the air, right? We actually beating up stuff, you know, man. In the book of Micah chapter 4, it says that we're going to be beating up mountains and stuff like that, man. Not just moving them, beating up mountains. Mountains are governments, which consist of people. So once that time comes, listen, man, I'm doing the book of Joshua right now, right? So in the book of Joshua, what you see is a lot of battles going on, a lot of wars, a lot of cities being taken down, a lot of kings being obliterated and stuff like that. That's about the time that we coming in again, man. Yahweh at the side, and he's gonna use his men. They're gonna all get together, 12,000 of each tribe, and then we gonna get let loose upon the planet Earth. Yahweh Bashem Yahshai with him. You know what I'm saying? And we waiting for that day. That day is gonna be a very beautiful day, and we just waiting for that day, man. You know, pray that that day don't be in the cold when we have to take flight and stuff like that. But with all that, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai is gonna take care of his own. You know what I'm saying? He's going to make sure that the Jacob descendants eat, drink, and are fed and be well. Matthew chapter 10 explains you like, we shouldn't worry about no money. Don't worry about clothing. Don't worry about anything. Food. The Heavenly Father's going to take care of you. It's like how you take care of the birds, but they don't have barns. You know, they don't harvest food and stuff like that, you know. Reap. They don't sow. They don't reap. They just eat. They just come around the block and eat. That's how they do things, you know what I'm saying? And the Heavenly Father has other birds that are set up through these, like, I'm gonna give you an example. You have city birds, pigeons, right? City pigeons, they eat everything, man. They eat whatever, man. They eat chicken. They're on a cannibalism thing. They eat chicken, they don't give a hoot any. But you have the other type of pigeons. What do they eat? They eat only berries, man. That's why they look healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because the other pigeons, they got like messed up crow feet and stuff like that. Why? Because they eat all that acidic food. But the other ones, they eat the alkaline food. That's why when you look at them pigeons, you know exactly like, hey, wait a minute, man, I'm supposed to be on that type of diet. Now, we ain't no sissy ass vegans over here, you know what I'm saying? So you eat meat, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You eat meat, but you gotta eat them vegetables, man. You gotta get that vitamin in, or else stuff is gonna mess you up, you know? You're gonna be vitamin D deficient, magnesium deficient, iron deficient. You need all those things from every food that you eat. Let your food be your vegetables, right? Let your food be your medicine, actually. Also your vegetables. Yeah, your vitamins, actually. And your medicine, sorry. Your vitamins and your medicines, basically. Right, so it says here, 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. So yeah, we afraid of that, man. You need to be afraid of that. You might teach a lot of people, and then the Most High be like, but I don't think he's going to do that to me. Yahweh is up. But Lord willing, he's going to set it up like that. And then, you know, you got to go through some things. And after that, you know, Most High is going to set you back up right where he wants you to be. And but anyway, anywhere he puts you is actually where you're supposed to be anyway. So Yahweh is up for that. So now going back to the first to the chapter of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, right? Damn. No, it says here for the verse 67. For the Most High himself is the judge. Fear him, leave off of your sins, and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Heavenly Father bring you forth and deliver you from all trouble. And that's what we're waiting for right now. Why? Because that trouble is about to come. So the Most High is about to deliver his men. Yahweh Bashem Yahshai willing, he's about to deliver his men. And that's about the time that we're coming in right about now, man. Because like I said, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on upon the planet Earth, and a lot of people don't really know what the hell is going on. But through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, the Jacob descendants got them answers, you know? They always got them answers, whether it be on life issues, whether it be on scriptural issues, you know, whether it be on afterlife issues, whether it be on past issues, you know, scriptural and stuff like that, history of the Jacob descendants. The Most High is going to make it to where the Jacob descendants is going to get what they're supposed to be getting, man. John chapter 10, my sheep shall hear my voice, you know what I'm saying? So they're hearing, you know, they're listening. whether it be one or two, because the scripture says that one angel, no, sorry, the angels rejoice when one sinner turneth to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 68, for behold, the burning wrath of the great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. So guess what? The Most High is going to make sure that the ones that are in Jacob descendants, you know what I'm saying, the Jacob descendants believers, they're going to still, some of them are still going to get decapitated, man, you know, on Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. Well, why? Because that time is coming. That war is coming, man. Like we in that time right now. It might be, they have the saying, the calm before the storm. Well, it's the calm before the storm right about now, man. Because you have to understand, in certain countries, right here in Europe, they're getting their balls chopped off right about now, man. If you go on Live Gore and you type in soldier get killed, then you see some crazy stuff going on around there. Meanwhile, you have people here chilling, having a ball. You know, metros is just zooming around, and you know, people be holding hands and stuff like that, walking around, kids playing, birds chirping. I bet you're behind over there, they ain't chirping. But that's not in all places of Ukraine right about now, you know. It's different places, because so you see footage of Ukraine places that are just doing fine, you know what I'm saying? They're just chilling. Ain't nothing going on there but the rent. You know, that's the only thing that keeps them continually flowing. But anyway, so it goes on. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse, let me see, 69. And they that consent unto them all shall have me in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. So let me read that again, because I fumbled it. And it says here, 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. So the Most High is going to make sure that you're going to get stepped on, man, if you don't come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? You know, verse 70. But there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Most High. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Most High. So that's what they're about to do, man. See, these Edomites, they ain't about the Heavenly Father. What they're about to do is they're about to get down upon the Jacob descendants, man. And the ones that believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai are the ones that they're targeting. If you check out, how you call that thing, on, you got these fresh and fit guys on YouTube. You got the Abba and Preach. You got a few of these other guys that do the thing of, you know, Andrew Tate type, you know, in the so-called manosphere thing. These people are on the list, man. They're on the list of the FBI talking about these are so-called hate groups. They're spreading manism toward the sissy guys up on the planet Earth right about now. Because it's funny, because a lot of these guys don't have fathers, don't have father figures neither. So what do they do? What do they get? Where do they get their news from? How to actually deal with women? They get their news from the internet, man. Then they're gonna learn off of the internet how to actually approach women, how to talk to them, how to basically bend the stakes and stuff like that. Why? Because they ain't got no fathers that's teaching them. They ain't got no role models that's teaching them. So where do they go to get their information from? They get their information from the internet, man. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at other men in order for them to learn how to deal with women. You see how crazy that is, man? Think about it, man. Here it is, there are no fathers in the houses, right? And now they're learning from other men that are supposed to fill up that fatherly figure. Let that sink in, man. That shows you that Esau is totally destroying the whole family on the planet Earth, anywhere and everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And why is he doing it? Because the Most High is putting the spirit on him, man. The Most High has put the spirit on him in order for him to actually break down the so-called nuclear family. And before you know it, it's going to be all chaos and destruction, because a lot of people is not going to be making babies no more. And that's the ultimate plan of the Edomites, man. If you watch this show called You Are Amalek, you're going to find out that these were their plans step by step, going back since the 1960s. They was already preparing these type of things, man. From the beginning, they was already preparing these things, bit by bit. Like I said, they have been doing it since the 60s, before the 60s even. You know what I'm saying? Because in the beginning, it was LSD. It was given LSD to the people and stuff like that in order to manipulate their mind and then see off of that. They call it experiments and stuff like that. But they've been doing these type of things, man. to see how the people would react and what they will be able to do with these people. Did you know that they did a test, right? If you take that LSD one time in your life, not a lot of things are going to change, but your mentality is going to change. You're not going to really want to actually do a lot of work anymore. You're not really looking toward the future anymore. And this is what they have been doing. That's why they make the drugs and stuff like that legal. Why? Because then they could destroy a lot of people. Think about it. They can stop the whole world from actually making business, right? In that so-called C-19 thing, they shut down everything, right? A lot of people went bankrupt and stuff like that, right? But check this out. If they really was about that health care, you know what I'm saying? How come they didn't shut off all their cigarette places? You can still buy cigarettes and get yourself some cancer right over there. Back in the days, it used to be 4,000 chemicals. Now it's over 7,000 chemicals in one cancer stick. Let that sink in. So if they really was about your health, they would have been stopped that, man. They would have been fined you and give you a ticket if you smoke a cigarette or something like that. That will motivate people to stop smoking. You know what I'm saying? Because what is the benefit of smoking cigarettes? There's none. There ain't no damn benefits whatsoever. But you're living under the rule of the devil. So of course they're gonna allow these things, man. Because that's what they're supposed to be doing, which is bring turmoil upon the planet Earth. So 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Most High. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. All you fancy dudes, they got your fancy little mansions and stuff like that. You probably think I'm on a jealous tip, but I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. The Most High is going to make sure, going to cause Esau to come down and bumble you out your house. Bumble you out your house, man. Like a real bumblebee. You know what I'm saying? When a bumblebee come up in their house and he's angry, he's about to sting and stuff like that, like some angry Brazilian wasps and stuff like that. How they call them again? The Brazilian shit. We call them brajons, but them Brazilian type of aggressive bees. You know, they ain't taking no shit. What they're doing is they're about to kill it. So they're gonna stab you to death. Which are the hornets. Oh no. I forgot their name, man. But anyway, that's the same way Esau's gonna come, you know, and then he's gonna evict people out of their houses. Now he's doing it legally. You ain't got a lot of money, get the fuck out the house. That's what they're saying. They upping the rent, making sure that a lot of people can't pay their money and their rent and stuff like that. And before you know it, you're gonna have people on the street. Why? Because it's getting harder and harder to get a house. And it's getting harder and harder to get a job, and it's getting harder and harder to get a lot of money. So what are the majority of the people doing? They're finna be sleeping on the street. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, I didn't see a lot of homeless people just crashing out on the street. But nowadays, I see it, man. You got Edomites digging in how you call those things again? You got Edomites digging in trash cans and stuff like that, man. Yeah, man. Trash cans, man. Because they're losing their jobs left and right, you know? But anyway, 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. You're going to know who the chosen is of the Most High, because the chosen of the Most High is going to be unspotted. Just like you have that so-called raincoat. They got a coat, right, with a coating on it. Then you could throw anything and everything on it, and it still just blubbers off. That's about the time that you're going to know, like, oh no, these are the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Nothing is going to happen to them. They're going to be perfectly in sync with each other and with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and the perfection is going to show throughout them because they're going to have that real blessing, and the blessing is going to manifest itself in the eyes of the heathen nations, and even in the Jacob descendants. They're going to be very sorrowful that they didn't listen unto the men of the Lord, because in the beginning ain't nobody really listening. But thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. When Yahushua gets that power, and he gives the rest of the power to his elect, then the rest of the Jacob descendants are going to want to fall in line. But that's about the time that's going to be too late. Why? Because they ain't listening right now. You know what I'm saying? And even if they are, they're not really actually, how you call that thing, paying attention. You know what I'm saying? They hear, oh yeah, let me say it better. They hear, but they're not listening. They can hear you. They can hear you speak, but it's not really making any sense in their head. Right, so let me get that, and let me read on. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse. Wait, let me get the Ezekiel first before I get this. Ezekiel chapter 2, right? as I was saying, Ezekiel 2 and let me see, 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have trespassed against me, even unto this day, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee to them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh the power. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, doesn't matter if they listen or if they don't listen. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there had been a prophet among them. So they're going to know, man. They're going to know who's speaking the truth. They're going to know who's actually explaining stuff and stuff like that in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Then they're going to know, oh, this guy was always breaking the scriptures down good. And this guy was then a false prophet because he was breaking the scriptures down bad. Because now when, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Sakari or something of IUIC. What did they say again? Damn it, I just had it actually. Anyway, they was teaching some bogus breakdown nowadays, and I was looking at it like, wow, maybe I could find it over here. You know, IUIC, they got the new breakdowns, which is hella funny as hell. Alright, let me see something here. If I don't find it, then I'm gonna just leave it on. No, I can't find it. Anyway, you're gonna know who the real men of the Lord are because they're gonna teach the truth. But in the beginning, the majority of the Jacob descendants is not gonna actually really understand. You know, they're just gonna be like, oh, okay, he's teaching the scriptures and stuff like that, teaching the Bible, speaking about it. So, what is he really talking about? They're gonna hear a lot of talking, but they're not gonna make a lot of sense. Anyway, Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 6. And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, which are the Jacob descendants, briars and thorns. Right? So it says, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. So don't be afraid of them, man. Because the Jacob descendants are a bunch of stubborn idiots. Very hard-headed. Hey man, if you go, especially them so-called black Christians and shit like that, these people are one of the dumbest people upon the planet. They really still believe in the doctrine of Esau, man. And when you come up against them, that's why they have a lot of doctrines in the midst of them. And then they say like, well, we don't follow that. Yeah, but isn't that same nation that you're following? Aren't they teaching that? Aren't they teaching about the so-called flying reindeers and stuff like that, and the bunnies that lay eggs? Do you believe in that shit? And you call that a biblical thing? That's not a biblical thing. That's satanic. But they still push it as if it's a biblical thing. And I always keep on hammering on it because they keep on bringing it back every year. And I'm going to keep on hammering on it until Yahweh Bashem Yahushua come, until kingdom come, Lord willing. Because that's the truth. You need to let them know, like, hey, man, I see through your lives. I have seen your little tricks, what you do. And I'm not down with it. And I'm going to tell you about it. And then I want to see you scramble talking about, oh yeah, but they believe in it. My church doesn't believe in those type of things. I'm looking at you like, really? Ain't they all put in together now? Well, you might say, like, just like the Hebrew Israelites, you have different groups. You have ISUPK, you have Sakari, you have AOIC, you have HODC, you have, of course, Great Millstone. And then you have a lot of other groups and stuff like that popping up out the woodworks. Some of them just dying down, silencing up. Some of them just getting started right now. So, you know, they're actually doing their little thing. But a lot of them are just madness, man. Breaking down scriptures madly, like, you know. Anyway, 2 Esdras chapter 16, verse 20. Let me read the rest of Ezekiel. And basically, they're going to know that there have been a prophet among them, right? So it says Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 7. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. For they are most rebellious. So it doesn't matter if you talk to them or if you don't talk to them, because they ain't going to listen anyway. The majority of them. But a small sanction of the Jacob descendants, they are going to listen, which is the book of John chapter 10. They're going to listen to you, man. You know what I'm saying? They're going to listen. So it says here, Ezekiel chapter 2 verse 8, thou son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And what do we eat? We eat this knowledge, man. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because if you eat it, this is food, man. This is food for thought. You know what I'm saying? These scriptures don't just come up out the air. Actually, they kind of do. Through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? And verse 9, and when I looked, behold, and the hand was sent upon me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And we about to eat that roll, you know what I'm saying? Symbolically, you eat that roll, and you finna get that wisdom out of it, man. Because they love to say food for thought, right? Well, knowledge is actually something that you actually eat. You know what I'm saying? Symbolically, right? That's why they say I'm hungry for this knowledge, man. Right? Because you eat it. It's a symbolic thing that you're supposed to be putting on your plate and eating it. But you can't give babies, you can't give them fish because they're gonna choke to death. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually. You know, because the Lord said be born again, right? So that means that you're gonna be a babe, and therefore you can't you can't actually give him these hardcore scriptures, because you need to make yourself weak unto him in order for him to actually, you know, be gained, built up, and then you're gonna teach him how to build his house up on a rock, which is Yahweh Shai. Because if he doesn't do that, he's gonna be on some sand, and before you know it, the water's gonna beat up at that house and gonna smash the foundation of it, and then you're back in the world doing a lot of worldly things, back to smoking, back to making videos, rap videos. You know, we know dudes that did that, starting with you know, guys in America, starting with guys over here. You know, they went right back into the world smoking and weed. They went right back into the world making rap videos and stuff like that, trying to get that money. You're about to sell your soul, and they're about to tear up your hole too. Because that's what they're doing up in that little funky world, and everybody knows about it, but still they're trying to get that funky money. If you want the funky lifestyle, you're going to get a funky life. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a funky life. You know, so that's what's up. Now going back to 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse, let me see, chapter 16, verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. And we're gonna be tested. You know, you're gonna be tested, but you're gonna be made pure. You're gonna be made hella pure, and everybody on the planet Earth is gonna know that these are the Jacob descendants, because they're gonna be turned into gold. They're gonna be turned into silver. Some of them are gonna be turned into gemstones. As long as Yahweh Bashem Yahshua is with you, you're gonna get that, man. Now this is the book of Zechariah, chapter, I think it was 13. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. It says, I'll start at 7. 7. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow. Right? Because the war is coming, man. Because a lot of people don't know what's going on, but they're gonna find out once that war starts trickling down to over here, and everybody else is going to actually start to be afraid, and then the women are going to run to the men, and then there's going to be no more gender wars, because you're going to have a lot of crazy dudes that are going to be angry in jail, Satan's breaking out, thinking about, oh man, that girl did me wrong because of you. I mean, some of them people are actually in jail with murderers and thieves, but what did they do? They didn't pay their child support. Now you in the jail with murderers and thieves and gangbangers and stuff like that. That's what they want. Think about that. Let that sink in, man. How you gonna pay child support if you're in jail? You're not even supposed to be doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, the female is not supposed to be going nowhere with no kids. Why? Because a woman cannot teach a boy how to be a man. She can't even teach a girl how to be a woman. What they're gonna teach them is a lot of crap. Yeah, you can have sex with everybody you want. That's not supposed to be done. A father would never want to see his daughter laying around with 10 different men, bringing them home and stuff like that. Oh, you nuts? They don't want that. You see, the mother, she's gonna say, "Oh, just let him love." No. The father is supposed to be like, "Hey, no. I don't want that for my daughter. I don't want my daughter to be an open field for a field game. You know, no man wants that for his daughter. You know, no man wants that for his daughter. Why would you want that for your daughter? Unless you're a sick person, unless you want your daughter on an OnlyFans tip, then you need to be put to death, right? Because you shouldn't do that neither. You know, but anyway, this is the book of let me see, Zechariah chapter 13 verse 7. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered. And I will turn mine hand upon the little ones. Yeah, because these false shepherds, they're going to get killed. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they're leading the flock into destruction. So the false shepherds are going to get killed, and the righteous shepherds are going to actually be let loose in order for them to gather the sheep within the barn so that Yahweh Shai can bring that salvation. You see, the elect, they help save the lost sheep of the house of Israel, the lost sheep of the house of Jacob. They put them in the barn. Salvation ain't coming from us. We help save. It's a difference. You help save them from the wolves that are out there with their false doctrines and stuff like that by giving them the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And you put them in the barn, and then you keep them in the barn. Why? Because you need to feed them. You need to constantly feed them so that they don't want to wander out of the barn into the wilderness and get their ass snatched up by a wolf or a lion, which is Esau in itself, Satan, as a roaring lion walking around seeing who he might devour. And those are the philosophies that Esau coming up with. But nowadays, they don't. Back in the days, we used to grow with Wonder Woman. Now they wonder if that's a woman. They have no idea. I heard that joke is funny as hell, man. But anyway, it's true. Think about it. When we was younger, right, in the 90s, we had Wonder Woman and stuff like that. Nowadays, these kids, they wonder if that's a woman. They don't know what a woman is. Ask them, what's a woman? Well, I feel. Shut up. That's already a bad answer, man. What do you mean you feel? I can feel like a Ninja Turtle today. Am I a Ninja Turtle? Am I a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle because I feel like it? That makes no sense, man. You know what I'm saying? You got identity and you got biology, you know what I'm saying? They identify as something that they are not. I identify as a rich, but you know what? Leave it there. They play games with these people. They're playing games. The truth is you are a man or you're a woman, and if you don't like it, then take it up with the Heavenly Father. Kill yourself, and then tell him how wrong he is. Go and tell him yourself. But they don't want to do that because they want to live. And therefore, the Most High is going to spare you for the day of judgment, which is going to be a beautiful day for you. You know? Sarcastically, like. Now it says here, the book of Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So a lot of these wicked shepherds, they're going to be killed. They're going to die. Because the Most High said 2/3 in the land is going to be killed. And including the shepherds, man. You got this guy talking about you can eat pork and talking about he's a Hebrew Israelite and stuff like that. I'm looking at him like, wow. These are the type of things that they're actually pushing. Things that are against the scriptures, man. You know? Because if you don't have no laws, then you're just like a beast. If you don't have no laws, you're a beast. Why? Because beasts do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? People are supposed to have law and logic. You can't just walk around and do stupid stuff. That would make you a beast, and then you need your ass locked up. And if it's too hardcore, then you need your ass strung up and taken care of, man. You know what I'm saying? Send you back to the spirit world so you can complain to the Heavenly Father how you didn't want to follow the laws. That's about the time you're going to be born again with a lot of infirmities. This time you might be in a wheelchair praying to get a stiff dick, but you can't because it's dead from down the waist, down to your legs and stuff like that. Most of them might make you be born like that, right? So it says here, where was I again? Oh yeah. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 3, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd part shall be left therein, right? Because that's about the time that the 3rd part, one small portion of the Jacob descendants is going to make it. The rest of the Jacob descendants, they're going to be put to death, man. Because like I said, war is not it's not a fun thing. It's not a beautiful thing. If you see war, then you're not going to want to see war. You know, but you have a lot of people that escape war countries and climates and stuff like that, come to like peaceful places and start and their generation of kids, they start that war again. So it's all up in their system, man, right? But the Most High is going to do away with all that, you know, all the criminal things of our people, all the criminal things of the Cushites, the Hamites, other Hamites, and all these other heathen nations and stuff like that is going to be ceased. It's going to be put to a stop. Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is about to come and famish all the gods of the planet Earth, bit by bit, piece for piece. So it says here, Zechariah 13 and 9, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried, which is burning, going through the furnace of adversity, you know, eating the bread of adversity and the water of affliction. You That's actually what we're going to be going through right. We're going through right about now, but it's going to be worse. It's going to be made worse. So we pray for a strong spirit in order for us to be able to actually fight against those. Basically, resist the devil, and he shall flee from you, right? And also resist all their fake doctrines and stuff like that. Because, like I said, often I say it, there is no such thing as flying reindeers. And they're about to celebrate this bunny that lay eggs in a few days or something like that, as they do it every year. Or maybe they already did it. We are in May, right? I actually don't know when that time comes, when they're about to celebrate some bunnies that lay eggs and stuff like that. I actually have no idea. And I'm glad about that. I'm proud about that. That I don't know their feast days, Funny as hell. But going on now, it says, let's go destroy it. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. So what are we doing right now? We're calling upon the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. Because about 30 years ago, we didn't know the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. Now we do. You know what I'm saying? And it's spreading kind of good, because like I said, not like I said, but I'm saying right now, it's like last week I was standing here, and then some guy came, an Edomite guy came to me, and he said like, yo, so you're Judah, right? And I looked at him and I was laughing. Because I was like, this is what's happening right now, man. These heathen nations are waking up. The veil that has been covering them, the heathen nations, for a long time right now, is being peeled off of them, man. Bit by bit, they're starting to actually realize like who the true Hebrew Israelites are and who are the fake ones. Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. They're finding it out. For some of them, for the majority of them, it's actually hard to believe, because they don't want the Jacob descendants to be us. They want their sons to be the Jacob descendants, but they're the descendants of Esau. So that's funny. And they don't want that. They really don't want that. That's funny though. Because you are what you are. You can't change yourself, man. Can a leopard change their spots? Nope. Therefore, the Ethiopian cannot turn into an Israelite. Therefore, the Edomites cannot turn into an Israelite. Because you are what you are, according to your forefathers. And you can't change it. So let me read on. This is the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 16, right? Verse 74. Hear, O my beloved, saith Yahweh, and the beloved of the Most High are the Israelites, right? Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So that's why we shouldn't even be worried like that, man. If you read the book of 1 Kings chapter 17, you will see, If you read the book of 1 Kings chapter 17, you will see that, what you call him again? Elijah, he could actually make infinite food, man. Infinite food. Let that sink in, man. Like he can have a grain of salt and multiply it infinitely, so that that grain of salt will never like run out. It's crazy. I don't know how to explain it. But it can salt the whole meal of 10 liters or something like that. A 10-liter soup. He just put one grain of salt up in there, one grain of salt, like literally an individual grain of salt. Put it in there, and it will salt up the meal so good that you'd be like, man, how much, what the hell? That's what Elijah was able to do. So Yahweh, the men of the Lord, are going to be able to do the same thing, man. Like I made a video the other day, and I showed you that these magicians, they can actually pull bread out of their so-called, they can pull bread out of so-called nowhere. Well, that's about the same thing that the Lord Yahweh Shai was doing, because these magicians, they got entities, man. That's why they sell their soul. You think that thing is fake? Everybody knows about the selling soul stuff, man. But anybody caring, they still want to be celebrities. They still want to be famous. They show you that they have no idea what they're actually in for until they are in it. Then they crying, talking about, I don't want this contract no more. I want out of this life and stuff like that. But Jay, you signed the contract. Why would you sign the contract? You're signing the contract trying to sell your soul away. Why you do that? Because the scripture says that what is a man if he gaineth the whole world but loses his soul in the process of thereof? You're nothing, man. You have a small season. You can have a little cute thing. You got bitches over here, bitches over there, because they love money, right? Whatever. But in the end, you're gonna be destroyed along with them little girls. And them girls that you was loving on, somebody else gonna hit that. Somebody else gonna hit that. Why? Because these females will flock after money anyway. Eventually. I mean, which woman wants to stay broke? Think about it. They don't really want to stay broke. They want to have some money, man. Now, there are a few that actually do the minimalist thing, Well, you got to really find that one, bro. You got to really actually search out and find them. But they exist. They exist. Most of the time, it's like some, for example, some hippies. Why? Because they love the minimalist lifestyle. They don't like money too much. Then I saw I saw one. Anyway, that's funny when you when you talk about something. But anyway, you have a lot of them are minimalists. You know, they don't really want that money, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, go and find yourself something, right? Now, Second Esdras chapter 16, verse, let me see, verse 74. Hear, O my beloved, saith Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, and I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your judge of your guide, because, and he's our judge and our guide. But there's another scripture that says in the book of Sirach chapter 2, which is, let me see something. Now the book of Sirach chapter 2, verse, I think it's 16. Let me see something. Let me see if I can get it. Sirach chapter 2, verse 12. Woe be to the fearful heart and faint hands. And no, not that one. Verse 13. So Sirach chapter 2, verse 13, it says, Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. You're not going to be defended in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua because you're scared. You need to know, just like I said, I was reading the book of Joshua, I did a video about it, just like in the time of Joshua, they wasn't afraid. They just went out there and started beating up giants and stuff like that, man. Just started killing them, chopping their feet off, chopping them in pieces, chopping their legs off, burning them at the stake. That's what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? They was chopping up the giants, their women, children, even their animals they put to death. But they took the gold and the silver. That's in the book of Joshua chapter 7. They took the gold and the silver, and also 8. They took the gold and the silver. They conquered and killed the men of Ai. And the men of Bethel, they also killed, you know, which were, like I said, giants. And they wasn't afraid of them, man. They went out there and had that battle. But when they sinned against the Lord by stealing, they died. They died that day. But that shows you, man, as long as the Jacob descendants don't have that sin up in them, then the Most High is going to be with you. And he's going to make sure that none of the Jacob descendants fall, man. Because all they did was in the book of Joshua chapter 6, if I'm correct, they stole the Babylonians' garment from the men at Jericho. What happened then? They started to die. That's because the Lord said you can't be stealing. Because if you steal, the Lord is going to make sure that you're going to be punished for that, man. So that's why if we stick to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we're going to be perfect, man. That's one of the reasons why the Most High is going to take care of these Jacob descendants that are actually doing crime, because what are you doing? You're putting a blemish upon the rest of the nation of Jacob. You can't be hanging around. Let's say you're 10 men and one of your friends is a thief. All y'all going to get messed up, right? So that's why he need to be put to death. Yeah, in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, especially if he causes others to die because of him, you know? And that's what you do. That's how you weed out the evil from within our own, right? Smoke them. And that's what the Most High did in the book of Joshua, chapter 6, and he's going to do it again. But this time, he's going to make sure that the nuclear fires are going to eat you. Matthew 24, which is the wars that are coming up on the planet Earth, those are going to eat you up too, you know? So the Jacob descendants are going to get purged in the midst of the fire. And that's what I was just reading. In the midst of the fire, you're going to be purged just like gold is purged and made pure, and just like how silver is made pure and purged through fire, through adversity, through pain. If silver was a real thing, like a real person and could feel, it would be burning every time you burn it. And then when it comes out, it's going to be like, hey man, thanks for the burning, man. It did hurt though, but you made me pure and perfect. Because that's what you do with gold, silver too. You burn it until it actually looks perfect. You know what I'm saying? You get the impurities out of that, because in the beginning you're going to have dirt, you're going to have filth, corrosion. Not corrosion because gold doesn't corrode. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't erode and stuff like that. So, but you're going to have dirt and filth upon it. And then, you know, you burn all the impurities out of there. And before you know it, you're going to actually look at the gold and be like, God damn, I'm going to steal it. That's how beautiful gold is. I'm not saying I'm a thief or something like that, but I'm telling you, gold is beautiful, you know? You know, that yellow spark. You got the silver too, you know what I'm saying? And that's how the Jacob descendants, their lands and houses are going to be decked out. It's going to be decked out in gold, not a layer of gold, my man. It's going to be decked out in pure gold, gemstones and stuff like that. All of that there, you know what I'm saying? Bit by bit. You know what I'm saying? So let me read on now. It says here, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 75, I think. 5. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide. And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith Yahweh the power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Because you have a lot of things that going to mess up in your head, talking about, oh man, I did some things last year, or you know what I'm saying, don't worry about that too much, man. Even it might be easy for me to say, like, hey, get the sins and stuff like that, but some of them people are really struggling with it. Well, in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, don't worry too much about that. Try and read the scriptures, because Satan is going to use that against you. Remember that shit that you did? You know you need to be put to death, right? Then you start doubting, and then you start sinking, just like how Peter was sinking when he went up in the water to touch Yahweh Shai, right? Because the bringer of doubt is this world. The bringer of doubt is the ones that's going to destroy you. Because if you doubt, the Most High said, I'm not going to defend you anymore, because you're doubting. You know, he's like a double-minded man. You know, he goes like he's unstable in all his ways. So he ain't supposed to be doubted. Like I said, we're in the flesh, so sometimes you do get weak. Even Yahweh Shai got weak. So don't worry too much about that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be this hardcore tough guy, 10 toes down, muscled up and stuff like that. No. Don't worry too much about that, man. All you need to do is pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, keep that faith up in him, and then he's going to set you up real good, man. In the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So this is the book of, let me read on that thing. Let me see something. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3. Right, so it says, right, Proverbs 22, verse 3. So it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. That's why when we see the evil coming, a prudent means somebody that look toward the future. And we're supposed to be prudent when you are in this truth. You're supposed to look toward the future and know exactly, like, hey man, war is about coming. That's why you have the book of Matthew chapter 24 telling you, like, hey man, these things are gonna come. Be ye not worried for them, because they gotta come, you know. But you need to stick to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, so that the Heavenly Father is gonna protect you in those days. And don't be faint-hearted, because once the time comes for war, and the Most High said, "Cursed is he that put it back as sword from blood. Keep it as sword from blood." So in the time of war, you're gonna have to fight, man. You want to feed your family, right? You want to love your wife, right? You want to love your kids, right? Well, you're gonna have to kill people, man, because that's the time of war. You're gonna have to defend your family, ain't it right? Right? And who's gonna defend your family? Is your woman gonna defend your family in the time of war? She's G.I. Jane? Really? You believe that shit, man? The only thing that they're going to be doing is seducing men and getting them killed. You know? That's that's a real war tactic over there. I mean, Judith did it. If you read the book of Judith, then you're going to see, like, that's exactly what happened. She went over there looking all dainty, smelling all fine and stuff like that. She went over to hollow fairness, and she caused him to get his head lost. Literally, he lost his head by her. Through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, of course, but by her. She's the one that actually waited until he laid down and chopped his head off, man. You know? Pussy got him killed. And he didn't even get the pussy because she wasn't a hoe like that. She was fighting for her nation, and they were at war. So she tricked him. You know what I'm saying? That's how the women fight war. They trick you. And it was a good day that day, because the Most High said that the spoils, basically, the war was given unto a woman, which was Judith, in that day, because she tricked him with her beauty. That's how women win. Okay, so I'm looking at the thing. Okay, right. So it says here, right here. Oh yeah. Right, no. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 4. by humility and the fear of the Most High Yahweh are riches and honor and life. Right, verse 5. Thorns and snares are in the way of the froward. You know, thorns and snares are in the way of the froward, man. Because eventually you're going to get got. You know what I'm saying? And that's Esau, man. Esau is the froward. He's a menace to society. You know what I'm saying? Laying down laws just to butcher you up even more. You know what I'm saying? Stupid laws that make no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So going on. For example, the Sodomites in laws and stuff like that. Or a law that you can kill kids and stuff like that. Man, that makes no goddamn sense. But what they want to do is they want to diminish the population. So if you don't want to have no kids, don't spread your legs like a holland. You know what I'm saying? How about that? You know, why you want to kill the kid? That's because the Most High is going to unleash some troubling things upon you. And the froward are the ones that actually are passing these laws, man. You know, so it says here, now on Proverbs 22 and 5, thorns and snares are in the ways of the froward. He that doth keep his soul shall be far from him. So let me read it again. Now it says here, let me read it right now. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 5. Thorns and snares are in the way of the froward. He that doth keep his soul shall be far from them. Right, because if you keep your soul to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you're going to be far from the froward man. Let me read that again. You're going to be far from the froward man, because the Most High said that if you are at peace with him, he keepeth even his enemies to be at, if he that pleaseth the Most High, he keepeth even his enemies at peace with him, right? Because that's what he said. So let me read it again. So it says here, Proverbs 22 and 5, thorns and snares are in the way of the froward. He that doth keep his soul shall be far from them. So how you keep your soul? You keep your soul in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, in the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? Because the Most High said that, wait a second. He said that, I just said, he that pleases the Most High, he shall keep. Let me read it. Let me read it instead of quoting it. Keep his enemies at peace with him. Let me see something here. Now it's Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7. It says that when a man's way please the Most High, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Right. The enemies are going to be at peace with you if you please the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? You might be on the side of the road with a car, and you got you're unlucky, and here comes a Edomite that is known for hating Jakes, and he might put the spirit on him like, hey, help this guy, because you're the only one that's in the facility right about now that is able to help him. And then he helps you, and then you find out later he was a grand master or some kind of shit group or something like that. You'd be like, hey, this motherfucker helped me. I guess he wasn't raised that day, devil. That's how you can think about it, man. Why? Because that's the Most High put the spirit on him for him to do that. Just don't get it twisted, you know. The nation of Esau is your enemy, whether you believe it or not. Just because one or two like you doesn't mean you need to look at the other 999 as if they're your friends too. If you have a bowl of snakes, right, or a bucket, whatever, and one snake is your friend, but it's a deadly snake, but he's your friend, are you gonna stick your hand in that pot? Of course not, because the other snakes are gonna bite you. So that's the same way these Edomites are. Just because one likes you doesn't mean the other 999 are your friends too. Let that sink in. Don't be stupid. Never trust thine enemy. Right? And we are in a nation full of enemies. We're surrounded by wolves. And that's why we're supposed to be sheep right now. We're surrounded by wolves and scorpions and stuff like that. Even among our own people. You know what I'm saying? Right? We're the sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai as a nation. You know what I'm saying? Right, so it says here, let me see. So I'm gonna go to Proverbs chapter 10, verse 8, right? Which says, the wise in heart, Proverbs chapter 10, verse 8, the wise in heart will receive commandments, but the parting fool shall fall, right? Because he parted away from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. In the book of Malachi chapter 2, it explains you that the Most High hated him that put it away. What is putting away? The wife of thy covenant. What is the wife of your covenant? This truth. You can't just put away this truth. Because if you do that, the Most High don't like you no more. Why? He that put his hand to the plow and look it back is not fit for the kingdom of the Most High. That's what he said. So therefore, you can't be just putting your hand to this work and then looking back in the world talking about, oh man, you know what, I feel like, not doing the work today. Most High is going to get you. He's going to get you out of here. Why? Because you need to do this work until death do you part with your spirit. Or until Yahweh Bashem Yahashai decides to come back and show himself or reveal himself unto you. And then and then you're going to get that reward. Because that's what it's all about, right? It's all about that salvation. It's about that reward. It's about that good life. It's about that perfect life. It's about that immortality. That's what you want. Ain't nobody want to die. The majority of the people on the planet Earth don't want to get old and die. But only the Jacob descendants are going to actually participate in that glorified part in life, which is the immortality of the Jacob descendants. Because that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're striving. That's what we're striving toward. Like I said, ain't nobody want to get old and die. The majority of the people don't want to get old and die. Because you do have certain people that want to die. Suicidal. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the majority of the normal functioning mental people, mentality people. The majority of them don't want to die. And I'm going to get that later on in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. It shows you that the Jacob descendants are going to be immortal. And everybody else upon the planet Earth is going to want to have it too. But it's not going to work. Because it's only for the Jacob descendants. Right? So it says it. Verse, I already read that. Let me see. Ezekiel 21 and 9. Which is, let me get that real quick. Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 9. What? Oh man, it's starting to rain or something like that. Need to find a spot where the rain is not going to bother me. I hope the Most High keeps the rain for like an hour. Yeah, I think an hour. I don't know if he's going to do that, but we're going to see, man. We're going to see. Now, Ezekiel chapter 29, verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh the power. Say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. Because we're telling the Jacob descendants right about now that the sword is being sharpened, man. Like I said, they're making laws to where they're going to make it to where that you're not even going to be able to read the Bible up on the street anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're going to outlaw the scriptures talking about it's a hate book. That shows you that they don't love the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They use the Bible for kiddie porn in their churches and stuff like that. A lot of pedophiles, when they actually really want to get away with the crimes that they're doing, they join the churches. You think I'm making this up? Why don't you Google articles that says millions of children have been molested in the churches and then tell me that I'm a liar? Right? Like I said, if the pedophiles, if they really want to get away with their crimes, they join churches. And then they could turn pastors and stuff like that. And then they turn into the greatest people upon the greatest pastors in the churches, because they're going to be real diligent with this work, with their work. So Ezekiel chapter 21 verse 10. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contended the rod of my son and every tree. So are you supposed to be in a grateful spirit right about now, knowing that the war is on the horizon? Are you supposed to be in a fun, cheer spirit? No, you're not, man. You're supposed to be in the spirit of, hey, watching for the destruction. So that Yahweh Bashem Yahashai can take you out of there and let you know that He's on your side. In Yahweh Bashem Yahashai. Damn. Oh, that's funny. Oh man. Well, that doesn't fuck up the whole show. Oh man. Wait. Let me test this out. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna go around the corner or something like that, man. Have it like that. Let me finish this around the corner, man. Wait, let me get back.